Are you wearing your pink today, as I wear my black, which was not on purpose, but nonetheless today is the day of pink, an international day against homophobic and transphobic discrimination and bullying in schools. People are encouraged, of course, to wear pink to help raise awareness. Anthony Furey joining us now, also not wearing pink.
That was just an error.
Oversight on your part.
An oversight. I would have worn it if I'd thought of it when I got dressed this morning. But let's be clear, Pink Shirt Day,
yes,
that happened earlier this year. I think that's in February. And the Day of Pink, two different things. Because of course you gotta get as many of these things going. So you gotta get the Pink Month,
yes,
and then the Pink Week and all that sort of stuff.
Pink Day, Pink Hour.
They're spreading it out there.
So like Earth Hour, soon we'll have Pink Hour.
Well, no, exactly. So the basic idea between this, there's the bullying going on, it's all the rage, all the fuss, and then you got the gay bullying going on, you have the gay teen suicide. So, you know, why don't we, there's a photo, I asked for it to be shown, I'm not sure if we have it available. Here we go. So of course, kids are being bullied, teens have committed suicide. The answer is for police officers to replace their holsters with pink holsters.
Right.
What is going on? Where are our priorities? As I've said many days ago, you do not need this ridiculous Day of Pink, Pink Week, Pink Month, Pink Life nonsense. What you need, like gay comedian Scott Thompson said, if someone's in your face and they're pushing you around, you push them back and you don't put up with bull from anyone. Alex, this is just one other, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to, I'm leaving Canada and I can go join Saudi Arabia or China or somewhere like that.
Because they wear a lot of pink.
No, I'm going to say, guys, I know how to do this. And I'm not even going to take guns or anything. I'm going to take like 5 guys and we're going to come over to the Canadian border and I'm just going to say, you're mine. And everyone's going to cave. Everyone's going to cave. Name me one person in North America who has a set of cojones under them right now, Alex. It's terrible. The cops are running around with pink holsters. Why? I don't know. What do they think it's going to solve? All because people, because people want to create all these not-for-profits and get this little racket going. And, you know, it's great business. You want to go into
There's no such thing as a not-for-profit. They're making a killing.
You want to go into schools and make some money. You do some weird anti-bullying thing where you write some really sappy, horrendous songs that make your ears bleed. And you charge them $2,000 a day. You sing at the school assembly where the kids are just, you know, texting to each other, man, this is pathetic, this guy's a loser. Get going, you'll be rich, no time. This stuff is horrendous. If your kid is a bully or being bullied, well, you know what? At the end of the day, the answer is Day of Strength. It's not Day of Victimhood, which is what this is. This is people reveling in how they're victims and loving it. It's so sad.
But you point out an interesting fact. I mean, we talk about being a not-for-profit situation, but it's a big moneymaker. It's a huge moneymaker. That's what it's turned into.
Yeah, some of there are. I looked into Day of Pink.org, which is umbrella of this group called Jair's Vision, and this young man Jeremy Diaz has gotten a lot of press for trumpeting this event. His organization has a budget of about $250,000. They have 3 paid employees. The highest one only makes, I think, in the $50,000 to $70,000 range. Maybe that's Mr. Diaz himself. So I don't think that this organization in particular is a racket.
No,
but the point of all these things is they grow and they grow. I mean, point to a not-for-profit, point to a homeless shelter or safe injection site that said, okay, good job, guys. Let's all go home and close the shop. They don't. The point is to expand and grow, and the public sector gets bigger and bigger, and the private sector shrinks, and you can destabilize the economy that way. And this is just another part of that terrible thing. If a kid is being picked on because, well, you know, it's hard enough to be a teen, let alone being a teen with another difference to stand out, a gay teen, a disabled teen, you know, whatever it is. The pains of youth are challenging. These are not the ways to get over them.
No,
I hope most parents acknowledge that this is nonsense, and it's just the vocal minority.
But then you have to wonder, Anthony, I mean, I'm sure did the parents have to wake up today, and were they told by the schools to dress their children in pink? And if the kids didn't wear pink, do they get punished for it? Or is it, you know, it becomes a huge agenda-driven kind of, but there's no question that these campaigns become a huge agenda. And to the point where it gets to, is so in your face that you end up pushing back against it.
Yeah, this all started 2007. There was one kid wore pink to school in Nova Scotia, one of the eastern provinces, and then 2 kids and he was getting bullied. He or she was getting bullied, and then 2 people stood up and said, no, this isn't cool. And then as a way to stand up for the person being bullied, they wore pink shirts, and then everyone in school wore pink shirts the next year, and then it spiraled out of control. You know what? Fine. Like, someone's being bullied. Who cares what color shirt someone's wearing? Stand up for them. Fine. How this suddenly has to become this international day? Someone in a small town in the middle of nowhere, sprains their wrist, and suddenly we have to turn this into this international thing where you get the UN involved. I mean, it is absolutely nuts. Deal with these situations on a one-on-one basis. Be good citizens. Be good friends, which is what it seemed like these kids were doing. Why the Toronto police have to get involved when there are unsolved crimes right now in the books? I mean, it's embarrassing.
Well, I'll tell you
them.
why. Because they get the attention, maybe not the attention they think from us, but on all the newscasts tonight, on the local newscasts, they'll all show the Twitter picture, and it will make it look like the Toronto police are doing their part for the community, and it's just all this feel-good, huggy. Everyone's having their, doing their part, and then people will start baking cookies and, sending pink flowers. I mean, it just evolves and keeps going.
And that, to my thesis of my joke about bringing guys from Saudi Arabia here to take over Canada, it all falls into that same idea of, Mark Steyn gives hour-long lectures on this, the decline of our values. And I don't mean, I'm not a Christian values type of guy. I mean the decline of strength, the embrace of weakness. People are fixated on all these shiny baubles, on all these little easy wins, low-hanging fruit. Meanwhile, you've got infrastructure caving in cities. You've got real horrendous crimes going on. The bullying thing is so easy to solve.
Sure.
Teach your kid how to punch, and if your other kid's being bad and bullying someone, lay down the law on him, and that's it. Easy problem. Get over with it, folks, and go on and fix the fact that there's no subways and that there's murders going on and all that sort of stuff. But you can bet the
Premier Wynne will have on something pink today. She'll tweet it out as her big photo day
Sure.
while there's a gas scandal with her, possible links to it, and it's a great way to turn the page because I'm wearing pink.
And were I an elected representative, I would not oppose this event, whatever, it's a benign event, but I certainly wouldn't jump on the bandwagon in a way that makes it pretend this is the key defining event of our era. It is absolutely not.
No, but Mark Steyn also points out, and I've seen the lecture that you talk about, you could look at your calendar now every single day of the week, and you have to choose your outfit of the day. I mean, I'm not sure I would even have enough clothing, let alone enough calendar days to know which color you're supposed to wear today. At some point, we're going to look at our calendar. You're going to have to wear pink in the morning and blue in the afternoon. There are just so many causes drawing on it.
When I was in high school, I think it was just Black History Month, and then we'd have an assembly for it, and you go, okay, fine, and you learn a couple things. There's some presentations, and you go, oh, all right, this is kind of interesting, and nobody really objects to it. And then just everything else, gets in on it, and everyone's fighting for attention, and it's the whole special interest group. I mean, the sad thing with Canada, we talk about diversity being wonderful, but the problem is, of course, we don't have the melting pot. What we have is all these different groups out there fighting for their day, fighting for their grant, fighting for you to go and invade their country and send your arms to Syria. And it's just, here's Canada's this country that isn't a real country. It's just this little temporary refueling station where everybody comes and gets their own little racket going on.
So where do you see it going?
What do you mean, bigger? Crazier?
Yeah,
I see you and I see me being sent to prison a few years from now because I didn't wear the pink suit on television. Don Cherry will be the only television host not in prison in the next few years.
There you go. Well,
I'll wear it. I have a pink tie and a pink shirt at home. Sometimes I wear it. I would have worn it today.
Yeah, well, then you would be playing by the rules.
To support Day of Strength, fighting back, to support gay kids and any other kid, to fight back and stand up for who they are and not put up with bull for anyone. I'm not against the spirit of Day of Pink. I'm against this racket nonsense.
Yeah, well,
stand up for yourself, kids. You deserve it.
As said as only Anthony Furey can say it.